ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to get underway. If everyone can find their seats and remember to enjoy the show. Thank you.
Hi everyone, welcome to Coming of Age.
Welcome.
Oh, hey.
Oh, it's a you.
Oh, hello.
Oh, it's a coming of age on my face. Oh, come on my face. Age. Oh.
That's Dan Joplin speaking right there. And this is Chase Cummins over here.
And that's Alan Loosebrock over there.
And we're going to be talking about our last Food and Sex movie today that we watched called Women in Love.
The finale. This is the
Nom
grand
noms
finale.
And we'll
Fuckies.
talk about a little bit of that maybe. But let's talk about some new movies that are coming out because you just mentioned that Animal Farm is going to be a fucking movie.
Yeah, Andy Serkis is directing it.
Okay,
and it's
so
going to
is
be
it
on
Pixar?
Netflix.
Is it going to be Pixar?
Oh,
Netflix.
really? That's hilarious because Andy Serkis just made that Mowgli movie.
Yeah.
And he's been trying to get it made for 6 years. And then
It got shit on.
he,
People
yeah,
didn't
and
even get a
Netflix was
theater.
like, we'll take it.
Yeah.
And now he's like, oh, now I've got a Netflix deal. I'm going to make an Animal Farm movie.
That's awesome. I want to see his Animal Farm movie.
It's going to be weird. And
It's going to have motion capture, and it's going to be fucking crazy.
You don't want to see.
Circus is gonna do motion capture.
Yeah, he's going to be a pig.
He's directing, and then he's playing all of the characters.
Wait, really? Is that real?
No.
Is that real?
Not him playing all the
It's-
characters.
Okay, god damn it. Like,
It's just the
Yeah,
fattiest
okay.
part, too. Or the Nutty Professor. What's another one? There's an.
the clumps. It was
The
meet
Clumps.
meet the clumps.
Jesus
And
Christ.
the Nutty
Norbit?
Professor.
Norbit.
Clumps. Oh my God, that was terrible.
Yeah. What's the one with Martin Lawrence? Big Mama?
Yeah, Big Mama.
Big Mama?
Big Mama too. The sequel. Have you seen any of these trailers,
You just-
Dan? Any of these good trailers? These mid-90s trailers? And
Mid '90s trailer. Oh yeah, Norbits. Your Norbits and your meet the clumps.
did you see the trailer for the new Norbits?
Yeah, dude. What are you talking about these '90s trailers? What the fuck are you talking about, motherfucker? You turned into a robot. I couldn't hear you.
Jonah Hill's new movie. Have you seen the trailer for it?
No, I have not.
Mid 90s. He's not in it. He directed it.
It looks fantastic.
It looks amazing. It's an A24 movie. It's gonna make you. It's gonna make you want to go see it. It's gonna make you want to go see it.
Yeah.
Watch that trailer.
And then he's also in another Netflix series called Maniac that's coming out because Netflix is making everything with everyone because they're important.
Maniac is based on a Polish TV show, which has already aired. So their source material.
They're stealing. So they're borrowing ideas because they can't come up with enough.
So it's another
original
Netflix
content.
original. It's
Yeah.
a Netflix original in quotations.
Original. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
Ba-bum.
But the trailer does look crazy for that, and it's him and Emma Stone.
Yeah. And then he's also starting a
Justin
new
Theroux.
blog about vegan diamonds. So you got to check out that.
My name's
Vegas
Gio, and you're on The Good Life with Gio Monado.
Is your
Naira
name
Kane
changed?
Delacello.
Have you seen Who's America, Dan? Did you watch it?
Yes, no, I have been on your Amazon account. Yeah. I've been watching it. It's fucking great. I just watched last night where he has the rap battle at the end where
Oh, my
Naira Kane and
Lord.
Delacello
Yeah.
I don't remember his full last name, but
Naira, then kind of, yeah, I think you're getting it right. His first name's Naira.
Yeah, it's Naira Kane and Delacello. So I don't know what it is, but yeah, I was so happy because at first I had only
Feeling
seen like
the
that 10-minute
divide.
thing with the Israeli dude. I was so happy that he was doing a fucking liberal bit too.
Oh, totally. His liberal bit is so funny. Have you seen the first episode when he does the dinner with those Republicans?
Yes. Oh my
And
God.
He talks about his wife having an affair with the dolphin, and they're like,
Yeah.
"What?"
Yeah.
He makes his kids be
They are
standing up.
amazingly composed. They are amazingly composed.
The
for,
guy
like,
starts breaking it like a little bit, and he's like, "Whoa, that's not okay." And then she's just like, "Don't judge, don't judge." And he's like, "You're right, you're right." And they just roll
We're on
with it.
camera. Don't judge.
Don't
we're on
judge.
camera. Don't judge.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
It's so funny. And then they start asking like genuine questions.
she's too young to use my wife's menstrual cup, reusable menstrual cup right now. So we're just letting her free bleed.
We've done this thing where we've laid an American flag on the chair, and she just bleeds on it. But the problem is, after a while, it starts to resemble the Chinese flag.
Did he say that?
Yeah,
That's hilarious. Oh my god.
Oh, dude, he gets like MAGA dudes wearing fake vaginas in the 3rd episode. Like, has them wearing like fake pussy
I
panties.
know, it's
They're just,
incredible.
like-
I just
Yeah,
watched
it's
that.
so good.
And it made me so happy. It's incredible
Right?
when the cops show up.
Oh my god.
It all comes together.
Oh, it's so good. Everyone needs to see that. I'm so excited for more of that.
Yeah, we got like 4 more episodes, 4 or 5, and that'll be all.
By the time this
He
is
got
out.
Dick Cheney.
I know.
Dick Cheney.
I know.
Dick Cheney wasn't biting at anything. He wasn't gonna like. It's Dick Cheney. He's been raping kids for years. Like decades. You know, like he's a pro. He's
But-
not gonna bite at any of that shit.
But he kind of did. He got relaxed and he started like casually answering these really fucked up questions. Like he says the Gulf War is his favorite like war that he served over, and that he was like he felt powerful being able to put out 500,000 troops or deploy 500,000 troops. And then when Sacha Baron Cohen keeps referring to it as torture, he goes, "We don't call it torture. We call it enhanced interrogation." But he doesn't say it's not torture. He just says we just call it something else.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
it's like damning in how relaxed he is about it. And
But the thing is, I feel like for Dick Cheney, that is just the smallest of talk. That's
sure.
just like, oh yeah. Oh no. The shit I've done, you don't want to no. You would walk out of this room and have your throat slit, like you'd have a bullet in your head if I actually told you fucking anything.
yeah, pretty much. But like that for sure after seeing that and seeing how casual he is about all of it.
How suggestive Sacha Baron Cohen is with conversation is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Like he'll just manipulate the conversation to go exactly how he wants.
Well, like with the guy who
it's like
screams the
easy
N-word.
with the people that he's doing it with too.
Yeah.
Like he knows exactly what to do. It's so good.
Like with the guy who says the N-word right before that happens, he's like, you have to get cause a distraction, make lots of noise. He goes, there's only one forbidden word in America, and that's the N-word. He never tells him to say it. All he says is there's one word. He literally just says there's one word you can't say. But he knows by phrasing it that way, that guy just immediately
He
starts
says
screaming
the N-word,
N-word.
and the guys just start saying that though.
Yeah. And that's
And
so
showing his
smart.
ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show me
Oh
some
Then
my
immediately
God.
quit his job. Then immediately quit his job.
I think he got fired, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was just like. I mean, he would have been fired. I think he just resigned.
Well, yeah,
He
he
was
had
a representative.
Yeah, but he lost the election, so he was already gonna stop being a representative in January. But if he finished out his term, he would have been representative for 8 years, and he would have gotten his full pension with like yearly. Like he would have. It's like for the rest of his life, he would have gotten paid out as like a retirement thing
For the rest of his miserable life.
But because of this, he had to resign early, and now he doesn't get anything. He doesn't get his pension or anything.
But he's on
Fantastic.
TV.
Yeah.
He's on Hulu or Showtime.
Oh, I mean he'll.
Yeah,
I mean he'll get some fucking guest spots on fucking Fox and Friends.
for sure.
hell yeah. Now, fuck.
I was
Jesus Christ.
victimized
I would
by
love to
this
see
liberal TV man.
I did everything he told me to do.
that. God damn it. So good.
I was just trying to be courteous. I was his guest.
What other movies are coming out that seem of interest to you guys? Have you seen anything? There's a lot of trailers out with Comic-Con and
The new Barry Jenkins trailer came out today for If Beale Street Could Talk, and it looks fucking awesome. The
I don't
director
know
of
anything
Moonlight.
about that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen Moonlight.
What?
I still didn't watch it. We talked about the Oscars so long ago. 2 Oscars ago for our Halloween episode that hasn't even been
haven't
released.
seen Moonlight, and that just brings it back to Sacha Baron Cohen when he was
Talking to what?
Yeah. Talking to those people, and he's like, "Have you seen Moonlight?" Or what was your favorite scene for Moonlight? And he's like, "I didn't see Moonlight." He goes, "He didn't see Moonlight. How does that make you feel?"
He's like, "I haven't seen Moonlight either. What the fuck are you talking?" Yeah, no, I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's incredible.
It's so funny.
Holy shit. Watch that show.
Yeah. But yeah, Moonlight is worth watching. So
Yeah, for sure. I just never got around to it. You know, there's a lot of them that I just haven't.
this honestly looks better though.
Yeah.
This trailer looks like it's gonna be a better movie.
Yeah. That's good.
What, Moonlight 2?
Yeah.
Half Moon?
Half
Half Moon Prince?
New Moon.
Princess? Moon Princess?
Harry Potter and the Half Moon Prince.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them Too looks awesome.
Oh, yeah. I just watched the first one of those.
Pretty good,
The
right?
other night. Yeah, pretty good. Just like I can't look at Johnny Depp anymore. Like I just can't even look at him.
No,
Like,
it's really hard
just-
to.
I'm glad that for
It's really
90,
hard to just look at Johnny Depp.
I'm glad that 95% of the movie spoiler, it's Colin Farrell. Like in that character. And Johnny Depp only
Yeah.
shows up at the very fucking end.
Yeah. I mean, Colin Farrell, I don't like much more.
Just kidding. I didn't watch
but
the
yeah,
entire
Johnny-
film.
I like Colin Farrell a lot. I think he's fucking great.
No, yeah. He's all right. I don't know. He just, when he was big, he was like a little too big for like Colin Farrell.
What he was
I don't-
doing.
Yeah, but like what he's
Yeah,
doing now is
yeah.
awesome. His The Lobster was
Yes,
fucking great.
yes.
I can't think of the other movie that he did with him.
Yeah, but his career went
The Killing of a
up,
Sacred
and then
Deer.
it came down, and then it just slid into a nice little indie.
Yeah, but he's doing
Party
great.
Town.
Now that he's on like,
Yeah.
he's on kind of a plateau. It's nice. It came down into a little valley. It's like it's not all the way down, but it's a nice little. Ooh, look at this! Look at all the flowers! Look at this! It's like a.
Honestly,
little,
though, guys,
is it
if
a
you
Black-Eyed
go-
Susan.
If you go watch some of those Colin Farrell movies that he's famous for, they're pretty fucking good.
Yeah, no, he's a good actor for sure.
pretty
But
good.
Yeah, dude. Daredevil,
Talk
man. Daredevil
shit.
was the tits.
All right,
Like
well,
Bullseye.
nothing about that. Ving Rhames is in that movie. Are we going to sit here and talk shit about him for being Kingpin?
I
Like,
would never talk shit about Ving Rhames.
exactly.
I'm scared of Ving Rhames.
Exactly.
and we keep on come on, why are you talking about Ben Affleck?
Ben Affleck kind of sucks. That's what.
Ben Affleck, he's in those movies.
He's
Dude, have you seen Elektra in those Capital One commercials? She's amazing.
You saw Geely?
Jennifer Garner.
Gigi?
You saw Giggly?
Giggly.
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 No, what? What? What?
Who? No, me? Nuh-uh. No way. You got the wrong guy.
So women in love.
No. Let me tell you, I was so bored at work today that I started watching Jurassic World.
Part 1 or part 2?
The Fallen Kingdom. And you had seen it, Dan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started watching it. Was very miserable.
Yeah, it sounds miserable.
Made it right to maybe 35 minutes. Had to fucking abandon ship. It was so goddamn bad, and everything was just clips from past Jurassic Park movies. I swear.
Yeah,
I was just
it's like a greatest clips show.
oh, this is all they're just CGIing things that happened in last movies together,
Yeah.
and having new people in it. It's so fucking weird.
I heard it's better than the first one because
First
it's a new
one's
director.
terrible,
Yeah.
and this one looks fucking awful.
Yeah, that's not like that's nothing. That's just be like, hey, I heard your second dump was better than your first dump.
Yeah, but they
Like,
changed
what?
directors, and I guess this new director made it a lot more campy.
Chase,
which
watch-
is what it was.
watch it.
Oh no, I'm sure it's,
It's
terrible. I
terrible.
don't want to see it. I don't want to waste my fucking time. I'm just telling
Like,
you what I
they're
was
not-
reading.
they're not even like rateable to me because they're just both just steaming piles of garbage. So it's just like what
There's
is this?
only
Once
one
this
movie-
steaming pile of garbage is like a 7, and this one's like a fucking 5. Like no, they're just both steaming piles of.
You're right. You're right.
Garbage.
There's only one movie, and it's
it's like the
Jurassic Park.
elections.
It's the only one that needs to exist. It's Jurassic Park, and Part 3.
It's funny that you were able to watch Jurassic World and not just a Jurassic Park, Jurassic World at work the other day, because that's how I watched this movie. Like I haven't had any time because I'm moving and shit. So like it was just so slow at work the other day. I was actually able to like sit in the back and just watch this movie on my iPad.
Women in Love?
Yeah, Women in Love, the movie for the evening.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nifty.
Yeah.
Wait, let's not talk about it yet. Hey, have you watched...
Okay, I was just saying. Hey, I was just telling you how I.
Oh, I
saw
like it.
that.
I like it.
Yes.
I like it. That's good.
Just a little tease.
How long did it take? How many different times did you stop watching it?
Probably only like 4 or 5.
Oh.
All right.
Pretty impressive.
But I mean, for short little pauses.
Yeah, little shits.
You know, no, like I was at work. I had to take a dump.
No, I had to help some stupid customer.
I think we paused it once at the end.
Yeah.
Pee.
To pee.
To pee.
TP.
To pee.
Um,
This movie's wild. now I'm thinking about it.
Castle Rock. Have you heard anything about that, Dan? The show, this
No.
Stephen King Hulu show with what's his name?
Andre Holland.
Well, I mean the freak, the guy,
Bill
Skarsgård.
Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård is in it.
Pennywise.
The guy who
from
plays
familiar.
Pennywise in the new It movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the guy with the face.
Yeah.
He looks.
He's got
like
a very handsome face for like, despite being under the clown makeup.
That. Yeah. Well, like he's got a handsome face that can turn creepy very fast. Is the thing.
Very fast.
He's very good at it. He has a talent. He's a talented young man. This Bill.
He's a very creepy young man.
Creepy, talented. These are the kind of people that we love talking about.
Yeah.
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 But anyway, it's kind of interesting, but we'll see where that goes. Everybody should check it out if they don't know what the fuck it is, because
Yeah, definitely keep watching Castle Rock. Definitely keep your eyes on it. It's going to be an anthology show. So it's going to be like each season is its own story.
oh,
and they
so
all
it's
take-
already like gonna
like-
have
it's gonna
more
be-
seasons.
Yeah, I think like,
They
it's
sign up
renewed
for
for
2 or
season 2
something?
already,
Yeah.
and the second season's going to be like a different story.
Hell yeah!
It might be
dude.
like American Horror Story.
So
where they
like
use
True
the same
Detective,
actors,
because
but-
that worked out real well.
No, I think it's going to be closer to like American Horror Story in the
Yeah.
in the
a good
anthology.
American Horror Story, maybe.
American Horror Story. True Detective doesn't count because there was only one season.
Dude, they bailed.
There's only one. season.
I did not watch. I still never watched the second season because I knew as soon as
What are
they
you
watched
talking-
it, I was
dude.
like, never,
talking
never
about?
will
There's
I
not a
watch
second
this
season.
fucking bullshit.
It didn't happen. It doesn't exist.
Okay.
You're
I
making
know you
things
watched
up.
it, Chase. Chase, I know you watched it.
It's not
I know
real.
You did.
Wait, let's talk about it for
I
a second.
know you did.
So, after the 4th episode, that's when you should stop watching True Detective season 2, because the end of the 4th episode is wild as fuck and awesome. It's a crazy shootout scene, and then the next episode is like 15 years later, and you're like, what the fuck? No! And then everything is just you're not in that moment anymore. The moment that you wanted to be is gone, and you're just in this miserable fucking hell.
You get great writing in
Wow,
True
that sounds like an
Detective.
awful show. That sounds like a terrible fucking show.
There's
like,
great-
really ramp you up about halfway through the season and then just fucking blue balls the shit out of you.
There's great writing.
It did
in it.
for me.
You get moments where Vince Vaughn delivers some of the best lines of his career. One of them being, "She gave me blue balls of the heart."
Is he talking about the show?
Yeah,
It doesn't exist.
that's fucking meta, dude. That's really meta. Like, what is
Blue
this?
balls.
Deadpool?
Everyone's talking about
Of
blue
the
balls.
heart.
He mentioned blue balls like off the fucking cuff, and then Vince Vaughn's line is about blue balls as well.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild, man.
I mean, I haven't said the phrase blue balls in Minimum weeks.
20 minutes.
10 hours. 10 seconds. It's all relative.
Time is a flat circle. But yeah, no, that's terrible. That's a really bad show. No one ever watched it. I think what's his name? Ben Schwartz was making jokes about he's in a movie with Billy Crystal, and there was some like fucking like shit about True Detective season 3 being them, like some jokes online.
Oh
yeah, like
there is a season 3 coming out.
Yeah, but he was like, all right, check out season 3 of True Detective. Like when he's doing plugs, he's like, it's me and Billy Crystal. It is so good.
That's great. I am gonna look this up. True Detective season 3.
Look it up. But yeah, I don't know. That's all I guess I'm out of fuel for talking about shit. But what about I don't know. I could talk about a lot of trailers, honestly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit. Like, I don't know, in the comic booky type of fucking fantasy realm shit, you know, it's like Godzilla's coming out, and that looks actually pretty dope. Did you see that trailer?
No, they're bringing Bryan Cranston back for it.
Yeah, back from the dead
for like fucking another 5-minute scene for just fucking 5 minutes.
Yeah,
just to fucking tease your fucking cockhead and just be like, nope, he's dead.
No, they got the girl from Stranger Things to be in it. They got 11 to be in it.
Oh, so she'll die in 10 minutes.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this will get everyone. But it doesn't matter because Mothra and King Ghidorah and like more monsters are in it.
King of the Monsters.
Mothra looks awesome.
It looks awesome. Mothra looks so gorgeous.
Yeah, it looks
so
beautiful.
It made me want to go.
I'm pretty sure I was so high the first time I watched, like when I watched Godzilla before, that like I just remember that Bryan Cranston is only in it for 5 minutes.
I think that's
like,
what everyone
15 minutes,
remembers. Like, because
yeah,
that's why.
That's
why
exaggerating 5 minutes.
Well, that's why people went to go
though.
see that film. People went to go see that film because they were like, oh, Bryan Cranston's fucking just got off of his high horse Breaking Bad. And everyone fucking loves Brad.
Breaking Brad.
And then they found out that he died, and you're like, wait, now we're with his son? This guy sucks. Can we see more of Godzilla? And then so it was it was an all right film. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't, it wasn't great. But I think this new one with all these monsters, you're going to have to show a lot of those monsters, and it's going to be, I don't know, hopefully not as much about the humans.
I
Just
hope
have
it's
them
more
scream.
about
It's
monsters.
gonna no, like everything you saw in the trailer is gonna happen in like 20 minutes, and then the rest of the movie is gonna be like the FEMA cleanup afterwards.
Well, that would be the worst movie.
That's
like Pacific Rim 2.
I want 11 to just go fucking jump on Godzilla and ride him, like command him.
Godzilla! Godzilla!
Yeah, and then she's Asian for some reason.
Well, no. Okay, so Godzilla's original name is Godzilla. Zira. And Americans changed it because they thought when people in Asia said Godzilla, they were mispronouncing the L's, which isn't true. The name of Godzilla originally was Godzilla in the original movies.
But Zilla makes a lot of sense.
It's like
a
Gojira.
lizard.
Yeah. Gojira.
Okay.
Gojira. Yeah.
Gojira.
And people were like, Godzilla? And that's how that changed.
Silly
Americans
Asians
being
with their
stupid.
L's.
Oh, God.
It wasn't an L, it was actually an R. Gojira.
I like that Matthew Broderick movie, Just kidding.
Yeah. I fucking love when I was a kid. Godzilla.
Oh, when I was a kid, the 1998 Godzilla.
Oh, Godzilla 2000
I love
or
that
whatever.
Matthew Broderick movie, Ferris Bueller. Like,
Yeah.
So I just watched The Cable Guy for the first time.
Yeah.
Starring Matthew Broderick. And that was a life-changing experience for me. Because Jim Carrey's hilarious. And the whole courtroom thing with Ben Stiller made me laugh more than I should have.
Yeah. Ooh, I feel guilty.
My brother was just killed by a gang of Asians. He looked Asian. They were speaking another language. I think it was Asian. It got me.
Oh my god, Dan, you've seen I Love You, Philip Morris, correct?
Yeah.
Chase, you need to watch that goddamn movie.
I know I need to.
Everyone needs to see that movie. It's so fucking good. I watched like half of it on Saturday morning, and it was fantastic.
I watched Unbreakable last night after you left my house.
Oh, that's the one you chose. You've seen that before, correct?
12 years ago.
Yeah. How'd you like it?
It's so good.
Yeah, you like it a lot?
It's so well made. It's the best M. Night Shyamalan
I need to
movie.
rewatch that before Glass comes out. I need to rewatch Unbreakable.
It's his
You
most
got some
well
time.
shot movie. I was like, this is the best cinematography in any of the M. Night Shyamalan movies. It's so good. Every scene is so fucking awesome. The beginning scene is just one shot of this little girl. I mean, it's from the perspective of this little girl peering between the seats of Bruce Willis hitting on this like sports reporter or like agent or whatever, and it's so fucking good, and it just establishes all of this great shit about his character, and it's just this camera going back and forth between these seats, and it's like it blew my mind. I mean, I was a little drunk, but I was very impressed. I was like, I don't remember this movie being this well shot, or any of his movies being this well shot. It's like probably the best movie he made.
I've only seen it one time. I will definitely watch it again before that, because I'm gonna go see that last movie for sure. Even though I really didn't care for Split, honestly. I get it. You know, it's kind of cool.
No.
Don't like it.
It was no. It was too much. Like
I liked it,
was
but
too much
it wasn't
movie.
perfect.
Yeah,
no, you guys aren't wrong, but I still enjoyed it. Like, it was one of those movies where I was like, I don't hate this, but it's not great.
No, Ben was insistent upon seeing it, and then we got into the theater and we sat down and it said M. Night Shyamalan, and I just turned to him. I was like, "What the fuck, Ben?" I didn't realize we were going to see an M. Night Shyamalan movie. I was just like, God, there was something else out at the time, and I think it was some stupid comedy, like really dumb comedy or something. And I was like, I want to go see that, and he was like, No, let's go see this. And I was like, Sure, fine. And then I was like, Fuck you. Dude.
Are you people that just literally show up to the theater and you just go, all right, what movie I want to see? Like two old men just showing up.
Sometimes.
Well, I want to see the stupid comedy.
I want to see that new stupid comedy. No, I want to see this new scary movie. What's it about? I
I
don't
just
know.
don't specifically remember what it was right now. Okay.
Yeah.
This thing.
Yeah.
Sucking on, just sucking on it hard.
I remember the last M. Night Shyamalan movie I saw in the theater was The Happening, and I was like, I'm never gonna go see another M. Night Shyamalan movie again. But I lied to myself, and I have.
Yeah, so The Happening sucks. The Last Airbender was one of my worst theater experiences ever, and I literally walked out of the movie. It's so bad. And there's countless movie reviews and articles and YouTube videos on why that movie is so bad. I don't want to get into it. But I swore I would never see another one of his movies after that. And then Jordan forced
Somebody let him make him another movie.
Then he made The Visit, and then Jordan forced me to watch it, and I actually liked it. I thought it was really good. Not great, but good.
I want to finish that movie because I watched we were watching it as we were going to sleep. We made it 45 minutes in, and it was honestly it was just fun. I thought I was having a good time.
Yeah, The Visit.
Yeah,
it's fun. It was a good movie. Yeah, it's pure. It doesn't feel like an M. Night Shyamalan movie at all.
Yeah, not at all.
And there is still a twist at the end, which I'm not looking for in his movies. And I think Unbreakable was there's a twist at the end, but he makes a joke about it at the beginning of the movie. And then it's not really a twist. You can kind of see it coming, but it's good the way he reveals it.
Yeah.
I was very impressed with Unbreakable. I think Unbreakable and Signs are the only two M. Night Shyamalan movies that I would consider recommending to someone.
Yeah, Signs is pretty good too. I know a lot of people who shit on Signs, but I think Signs is pretty good.
And I don't think Signs is as good as Unbreakable. I really don't think it's as good as Unbreakable after watching Unbreakable last night.
Yeah.
But I love Signs. I think that
Oh, I mean, The Sixth Sense is really good too.
Yeah, those are his three.
No, those three. All right, we'll give The Happening to him too.
Oh, but he made those three, and then he just started he did Village, Lady in the Water, The Happening, and it's just like this, and then The Last Airbender, and slowly there's just downward.
Dude, Village could have
progression.
been really good. Like,
But the twist at the end is dumb as fuck.
I think it's interesting. It
Dude,
could have been done a lot more
Because it was
interesting.
always like, because there was always he always had the fucking twist at the end. Like the rest of the movie was so fucking predictable, and then you were just like, oh, twist, oh,
Yeah.
and it was just,
Well, the thing. Okay, so people started
oh,
saying
you got
like,
me.
People started like associating him with twists at the end, which I think is a shame because if you watch The Sixth Sense, yes, it has a twist at the end. Unbreakable kind of has a twist at the end, but it like makes a lot of sense for the story. And then the Signs doesn't really even have a twist at the end. It just is a story. But people associate it as a twist, like, oh my god, they're allergic to water. It's a twist.
That's just like a,
It's like a plot point
plot
that he's
device.
established throughout the film.
Yeah.
It's like it's from the beginning of the movie. He's like laying out the groundwork, like they're allergic to water. Their like weakness is water, and it's like reinforced the entire film. So it's not really a twist, and it all makes sense, and it's just good writing. And then he started like getting into the hype of himself, I guess, because that's when all of his movies were all about these twists, and that's where you get The Village and Lady in the Water and The Happening. And then The Last Airbender is its own fucking disaster.
I never saw Lady in the Water.
It's not great.
It's got Paul Giamatti in it.
And he's an asshole.
Yeah.
And then it's got Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh God, I'm definitely not watching it
Yeah.
now. Jesus Christ.
She's the main character.
Oh, she's the lady?
Yeah, in the water.
Fuck that. I did not know that. I do not enjoy her presence.
I really don't care for her as an actor. I think that she probably is good as a director, but like all the films I've seen her in, I've not been a fan. I mean, you've got Jessica Chastain, you've got Amy Adams, you've got Isla Fisher, all killing it as the redheads in Hollywood. Fucking, you've also got that girl from Mad Men. Forget her name now, Christina Hendricks.
Yeah.
We don't need another redhead in Hollywood. We need more women directors.
We
need more female directors.
Okay.
That on a bumper sticker.
We don't need another redhead in Hollywood. Hashtag.
Do you have that on a pop socket? I would love that on a pop socket. Pop that on the back of my phone. Pop that socket.
A thwab? You wanna what is it? What do they call him? Never mind.
Popples?
Mary?
Slap bracelets? Do you have a slap bracelet with that?
Did you see the Shazam trailer?
Shazam!
Oh yeah, yes. For a
It-
second, I was thinking Kazam, and I was like,
This is. Did you guys say mid '90s trailers?
yeah, I've seen Kazam.
Dude, I was thinking about Kazam the other day when I was driving to work.
Shaq?
Because Joe Rogan was talking about like Shaquille O'Neal's hands. He was just like, God damn, they're just so big. They're just like they're just like, look up. He's talking to his fucking engineer or whatever. He's like, look up how big Shaq's feet are. It's like fucking 2.5 feet. And then I started thinking about Shazam.
I only have 2.
I got 2. He's got
I know.
2.5 on each foot.
Must be rough. But no, Shazam, the new DC lighthearted comedy.
Si, senor.
Yeah, so in between that and Aquaman, which looks like a total piece of shit, Shazam looks like the only good DC movie that's gonna be made.
Yeah.
in a long
Dude, I love DC Comics. I love DC Comics, and the DC movies are just like
terrible.
fucking
They're so bad.
garbage. Just so fucking bad, and it's so upsetting because I love fucking DC Comics, like
Same.
fucking
Yeah.
Swamp Thing and Batman and fucking like.
Batman's
love
the
Superman.
best thing ever.
I love Superman as a comic series. I think Superman's fantastic.
Superman's kind of.
I know how you feel about Superman.
Superman's-
This isn't a fucking debate. This is our personal preferences. You're a Batman
Okay.
guy. I'm a Superman guy.
See,
Okay.
anytime I think about Superman guys, I think of Jerry Seinfeld. So that's what keeps me away from Superman.
Larry David, Jerry Seinfeld, whatever. I like Superman. I grew up watching Smallville. Fucking sue me.
Oh man, my mother loved Smallville. My
It's a
mother and
terrible
Chase loved
It's a
Smallville.
terrible show. I still watch
But I
it.
watched a lot of
I
it.
watched, I think, the first couple seasons of Smallville.
But did
But
you
then, yeah,
did you
that fell
think? Do you think that Shazam looks like a good route? Like, do you think it looks good? Because I think it looks like pretty good.
Yes. No. Well, here's the thing. The problem is when these movies take themselves, like these superhero movies, they take themselves too seriously, and like all the DC ones have like
Dark
they're-
and gritty.
they're trying to be dark and gritty like fucking Nolan's Batman, but they can't get that because
But-
it's fucking superheroes. They have to put it into like this fucking fantasy world where it's superheroes and shit, so they can't get it as dark as like and realistic as Nolan's Batman ones. Whereas like the Marvel ones, like some of the Marvel ones where they take themselves more seriously, I'm like, this is fucking garbage. But the ones like that are lighthearted and shit, like the Thor Ragnarok, I love Thor Ragnarok. It was
Yeah.
fucking fun as shit. Like it was just fucking having a good time. It had Jeff Goldblum. Like
Yeah. Well, and Thor's my favorite. Thor Ragnarok's my favorite one, but Guardians of the Galaxy also falls into the camp of like it didn't take itself too seriously. And
Yes.
and then I would even say Infinity War has its moments where it doesn't take itself too seriously, and then when it's serious, it doesn't feel cheap or
It's
trying
pretty.
to
It's
be
pretty
dark.
epic. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good at being epic as fuck.
Like the beginning of the the beginning of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is a little splotchy because Iron Man's like good, but it's like all those movies are
Iron
a
Man
product-
2 and 3 are the most forgettable fucking movies
Yeah.
like ever.
oh yeah.
Well, and all the Thor movies until
No.
Ragnarok.
I know I saw Iron Man 3. I know I saw Iron Man 3. Zero recollection of that. Flashes of like, you know how when you're like 3, you can think back to, you have like flashes of memory from when you're like 3 or like 4 years old, like 2 to 4 years old. That's what I have for Iron Man 2.
Yeah, you're just like,
I just have like
Guy
think
Pearce.
there's a guy with electro whips. Yeah, like what? I don't remember.
Guy Pearce have bleach blonde hair in that movie.
What's happening? What is that? Jeff Bridges?
It just turns into Memento, but with Iron Man tattoos.
Yeah. What happened to the first black guy? Why is it Don Cheadle now?
I have to remember seeing Iron Man 3.
I don't remember it. I can't watch any more Marvel movies. It doesn't make sense anymore.
But it's funny that it's funny just DC, their whole like wavering on their plans too is so funny that you see like they're trying to go for dark and gritty and almost like video gamey type look, just like enhanced video gamey look, and then they're like, oh shit, reshoots with Joss Whedon. Let's make it funny, lighthearted, people. All right, let's switch it around. And then it's just this mess of like, fucking, what do we want to be? The tone's all fucked up.
Yeah.
So funny. They're like, let's hire 16 people to cut together Suicide Squad.
Dude, that was a terrible, terrible decision.
All right, guys, just buy all the rights to all the popular songs and just cram them in the first 15
Let's
minutes.
use the music to reveal the character information that everyone needs to know for the rest of the movie.
Hot Topic, the movie.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Oh my god, that is exact. Yeah, that's perfect.
Ugh. It's gross.
So many
disgusting.
problems with the DC universe. Yes, but Shazam looks fantastic.
I don't even think that they're going to keep on doing like the cinematic universe.
No, they're gonna give up. They're gonna give up.
They're-
Like they've got a couple more, and they're gonna just be
So,
like, it's, fuck
Wonder
it,
Woman
fuck it.
1984. Haven't seen a trailer yet, but all the stills look great.
Have not even seen any stills.
The stills look great. They're all like VHS aesthetic, and they look like colorful as fuck and like very interesting. And it's like all like 1984, and they're using all this like video
That-
aesthetic at the time from the time.
And fucking
That sounds like them kind of trying to do a Thor Ragnarok like
Kind of,
reach.
but
Marty-
it looks like it fits what they're doing. It's not like it doesn't look like Taika Waititi movie. It looks unique to whatever the fuck they're doing, but it looks interesting. At least like the stills do. They're very colorful and stuff.
Is Wonder Woman gonna run into Doc and Marty McFly?
That would be
Fingers
so
crossed.
weird.
Can we secretly have? I want the fucking movie universe to be doing those crossovers. You remember when they were talking about doing like the 21 Jump Street Men in Black crossover movie?
Yeah. Well, they're
Like-
doing a new Men in Black.
I want that to be a thing where like
What?
instead of making like sequels to movies, you just do crossovers. Where it's like the same characters but in like this world, or like somehow they like meet up. It'd be like honestly a Hollywood nightmare disaster, and honestly most of those movies are going to be complete garbage.
Yeah.
But you might as well just make some ridiculous shit. That's like Your Highness though. Like that's like the worst movie ever. And like that's what they're trying to do. Like let's mix Lancelot with boner comedies.
That's so funny.
No boner comedies, please.
So the new Men in Black movie is going to be directed by F. Gary Gray. The guys who wrote Iron Man are writing it. Steven Spielberg is producing it, and it's going to star Chris Hemsworth,
What?
Tessa Thompson,
What?
Emma Thompson, Liam Neeson,
What?
Rebecca Ferguson,
What?
Kumail Nanjiani, and Rafe Spall.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
What the
I'm
fuck?
in. I'm in.
Kumail Nanjiani is fucking awesome. I love him.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth is gonna be in Men in Black.
Yeah. Him and Tessa Thompson, I think, are like the main two.
Oh
And then,
man.
yeah. And then the rest are supporting cast.
What? When is this
I'm
supposed
sure
to?
Kumail's going to be an alien.
What the fuck's that supposed to mean, Chase?
Oh, it's gonna.
I'm sure he's going to play like.
It's gonna be raisin.
I'm sure he's going to play a funny character that's going to, but it's going to be an
He's
alien.
hilarious. I thought the same thing. He's funny as shit. Ugh.
Wait, so is this a Thor Ragnarok crossover?
I don't know. It might be.
What? No, this is not a crossover.
I don't know, it might be.
No, he's just
Okay.
You
It's just
got,
got the same two people. It's just
Yeah.
got the same two leads.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, wait, it's not a
You're like,
crossover
what-
every time a movie has the same actors in it.
Yes, it's a
That's
crossover.
that's not what. Oh, okay. Cool.
What are two actors that have been in a lot of the same movies together?
Tom Hanks and
Woody Harrelson
Helen
and
Hunt, Meg Ryan.
Well, like fucking
Woody Harrelson and Bung, the True Detective,
Matthew
Oh my
McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey.
McCrokeray.
Maybe McCaffrey's. But like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, all of their movies are crossovers.
Yeah.
It's just them living in New Jersey.
It's like Kevin Smith movie.
Yeah,
just
well, they
all-
cross over with him too.
Yeah. It's all crossovers.
They literally like are in like what Jay and Silent Bob movie.
Strike Back,
Yeah,
yeah.
Strike Back. Fucking ridiculous.
And they're in Chasing Amy, and they're in.
All right, now we're talking about Kevin Smith, New Jersey bullshit movies.
All right,
so let's talk about
the
Women in
movie we
Love.
came here to talk about.
Holy high school. So, Women in Love. 1969?
Yes.
1969. Made by Ken Russell.
Directed by Ken Russell, based on the H.W. Lawrence novel. Very interesting film, starring Oliver Reed and Alan Bates.
Yeah, and I thought would be a lot more foodie from the way the DVD looked.
Yes, the fig was all over it. The
'Cause
DVD is literally the fig.
Just one fig scene.
It was the crux of the film.
It's great.
This is how you eat a fig.
the monologues in this film are fucking awesome.
Yes.
They're so good, and I need to watch it again, especially that last one. That Gudrun, what's her
Gudrun.
name? Gudrun
Gudrun.
does, like, on the bed. It's fucking awesome. And I don't remember
The one where she
anything she said.
tells him that she just wants him to say that he loves her, even though she knows it's not true.
Yes.
And he's like, "Why are you torturing me?"
That one's fantastic. Holy shit.
Seems like a fucking incel.
Yeah. Kind of, but then he's not.
Yeah, no, not like an incel, but just like kind of a neckbeardy kind of. It's like you gotta lay. It's just like, I don't know. Well, we'll get into it.
We'll get into it. What did you like the movie, Dan?
I did. It was, I don't know, an old, technically romance film, like a drama romance. It was a little hard to get through, but I mean, again, I was also at work, so it was kind of hard to get through because I had to keep going and helping customers. But I enjoyed it. It was for being called Women in Love. I was surprised that the men. It was just about the men being in love. Thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Nice male. And like honestly, beforehand, like it's bad because I'm a cisgendered male piece of shit, and before I was like, Women in Love. Oh God, what is this movie? I don't want to watch this movie. And then I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. Oh, look, it's about these guys. That's cool.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's not really why I liked it, but but yeah.
You do have to admit when they wrestle, it's a pretty good scene.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, yes.
We'll get to it, but we'll get to it.
It's
It's a pretty good scene.
So I didn't know anything like about this film at all. I just read a little bit about it from what you showed me and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think the same thing. Like I was interested the whole time. I was like, okay, it doesn't really seem like it's about the women. the focus is shifted a little bit just because of the men kind of intruding, like mostly Rupert, like pushing his way to the spotlight.
Yes, he liked to hear himself talk.
Yeah, it's kind of just Rupert in love with
Gerald.
It was Rupert in love. Oh my
God. So what's interesting is this is a sequel to a book. This book is a sequel to a book called The Rainbow, which follows the two girls, Gudrun and Ursula, and their sisters. And so, like the first book, it follows them earlier on, and then this is like a sequel to that, which is the same director, Ken Russell, went on to adapt the first book in the 80s. So there is like the first part of the story that just made 20 years later in movie form. But it's written by this guy D.H. Lawrence, who was 100% just the story was not about the women. It was from their points of view for the most part. But it's about him and being gay and like stuff like that, which was why it was like heavily banned in Europe when it was written and when the movie came out. Which is interesting that it is about the two guys. It's just about the two guys who are in love with each other, but they are not at the same time.
Yeah, they had to edit it heavily to get an X rating. I was reading about it.
Yeah, they had to get creative because they was just going to be considered porno by a lot of the censors.
To get an X rating, it's like, okay, I'm gonna need you to shave a lot of this.
Yeah,
and that.
Yeah.
And then before the wrestling scene, the two actors had to measure their dicks next to each other because both of them were worried the other one had a bigger dick, and they were like concerned about doing a scene together. Yeah. Because they thought that like the other one would outshine them. And then they like after they measured, they realized they had like really close in length cocks. And so they both like eased they were like cool to do the scene after that, which is like a weird trivia.
But apparently Ken Russell had to get them very fucking drunk.
Yeah.
He said that like he had to get them very drunk to like begin shooting. And it took 3 motherfucking days and 27 takes of shooting this before they said that they were too bruised to do it anymore, and they said they were done. So he just like used the takes over the 3 days.
That's
I don't know
crazy.
exactly how he cut it together. It might have just all been from one day or whatever, but
I'm sure it was from all the days.
it could have been
Sure, it was like
very
over the
easily.
course.
That's what it had to have been, because like also there were so many of those just like really fast cuts. Some of it probably came from having to cut just like little snippets from here and there.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
all
though?
those like really fast.
3 days of
was
shooting
nuts.
that scene. Like, all right, you're gonna get drunk every day.
Yeah, and you're gonna fucking
And
get
you're
naked.
gonna
And you're gonna have
naked man.
very homoerotic wrestling sessions with your co-star.
And then like, oh my god, when
Then wait, just they end that with, "So would you like a bath?" And then just both start cracking up.
yeah, and he's like, I think that we should be connected mentally, spiritually, and physically. And Rupert, I mean,
I really expected them to cut to a scene of them like in a bubble bath right after that. Just not like anything gay. In a
Drinking
bubble bath, just, like, them
champagne.
in a bubble bath. Well, no, I was thinking like playing with toy boats and shit. Just like 2 little kids taking a bath.
Did you guys notice how like when they were like so sweaty right in that moment, and he just like rubs his arm like they were in a bubble bath together? He just like strokes his arm and sits up, and it's like, what?
Yeah. Well, Rupert like pretty much like proclaims his love right after that to Gerald, like saying that like he
needs more than just a woman's love.
he needs like a woman and a man pretty much, and like, hey, well, like the whole movie
But
starts.
Rupert also did whoop his ass in that wrestling.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Like Rupert was fucking killing it.
Yeah,
He just
which
kept
you wouldn't think in
fucking
real
flipping
life.
him
Like
over.
I feel like in real life, Oliver Reed would
Yeah, you.
fucking murder.
Yeah, you
everyone.
really thought that
I don't
that, British Ron Burgundy, or not Ron Burgundy, British fucking
Freddie Mercury,
Freddie
who is
Mercury.
British.
no
Is that who you were trying to say?
Ron. No. I was thinking Ron Swanson.
Swanson. He's kind of like
He looks
all
like
three
a young
mixed together.
British Ron Swanson. Yeah.
He is a mixture of Ron Swanson and Freddie Mercury. Like that's totally just him.
Yeah.
Oliver Reed's like a British national treasure. He's also in Gladiator. He's the old man with the white beard who owns Russell Crowe in Africa and then kills himself.
He acts like a badass in real life. Maybe
He's a badass in real life.
He is a badass.
He was drinking buddies with Keith Moon.
Yeah. I was watching some interviews with him today at work, bored again, and it was pretty fun. I was like, oh, this guy's pretty fucking entertaining. He's like on Johnny Carson and, other shows.
He did The Brood with David Cronenberg, which we all three need to watch.
I tried to watch it today.
Oh, really?
and
It's on
it
Hulu.
wasn't on what I could watch it on at my place of work. So I watched Jurassic World. And then quit.
So can we talk about the fig scene again? Can we go back
Yes,
to fig scene?
yes, let's go to fig
You
scene.
just touched on that. So, a very secretive fruit. That's how the fig dies, showing her crimson through the purple slit. Like a prostitute, the busted fig makes a show of her secret.
That's and he says that's also how women die.
What does he say
Yeah.
at the end of that? Doesn't he say something like the pink busting through the
Yeah, the purple yeah, for sure. I know exactly what you're talking about. The crimson showing its way through. Yeah, fig talk with Rupert. Sorry.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No. I was gonna move on from fig talk with Rupert. So if you.
Oh
got more
no!
for
Like
Fig Talk
I
with
love
Rupert.
Fig Talk. It's pretty much the whole reason that we watched this movie was for this fig scene.
Yeah, because it got brought up on all
the fig was the Bryan Cranston of this movie.
kind of.
Like you thought the fig was gonna be more heavily featured, but the fig was out in like within 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Why he ate the fig? What the hell?
That's it. Is there any more figs in the movie? What?
There's no more figs. What the fuck?
What the fig? This is bull fig.
No. This is such a friggin' stupid movie.
Show movie.
Shamovie.
Movie.
Show me the movies.
Movie.
We'll just always start the podcast like that now. Okay?
Shamovie.
Wait, we just started the podcast?
I just started recording.
Oh, fuck.
A fig.
Oh, fig.
Oh, fig. What was I gonna say about the fig scene, Alan?
I don't know.
What were you gonna
women
say?
are the same as figs. That's what he's saying in it. And Rupert's a fucking asshole, so you can't trust his judgment.
Yeah.
I like...
Who's
he
the
was like mansplaining fig eating.
Yeah, he was. And like most of the women are all just like staring at him like, you fucking asshole.
Well,
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, who wants to go for a walk?
well, that's what Hermione says.
Yeah.
But there's like something he says at the end of the speech where he like says something about women, and then it does these like quick cuts to these like straight on shots of all the women at the table.
Yeah.
And it does it like to a rhythm, and it's fucking awesome. Like the editing in this movie is fucking awesome.
It is fucking great. The scene with the oxen as well, the editing right after that where it's with him and Gerald and
or Gundren.
Gudrun. What's her name in real life? She won the Oscar.
Glenda Jackson.
Glenda Jackson was impeccable in this film. And that scene where they're doing like the quick fades and then it just comes back to the scene and the camera's shaking all wild, like going in her face, and then it's like in Gerald's face.
And then it fades from Gerald back into her writhing on the
giving
ground.
this crazy like monologue on the grass. That whole scene was incredible.
Awesome.
I fucking loved it. It's my favorite part of the whole movie, for sure.
That was your favorite part?
Yes.
Yeah. I loved the scene at the end when they're in the winter cabin and she's like saying all that shit to Gerald. Gundren saying all that shit to Gerald.
Yeah.
And then he like goes to strangle her, and it just like goes into her face. And he's like fucking her really hard.
Well, you think he's gonna strangle her almost, but he does that later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Well,
let's talk about like
every time they fuck, they have just like the horror music or horror movie music. It
For
just, like,
sure.
sounds like fucking
yeah.
yeah.
So
Just
fucking
sounds like
crazy.
somebody's getting murdered, and she's like, "You're killing me. You're killing me, Gerald."
It's very dramatic.
What did she say? She at one point she's like, I think it's when they're when they're on holiday. She's like, "You break me. You have no grace. You have no finesse." And it's just like Gerald, and then it just goes like, yeah, Gerald the jackhammer. He's just like,
Just violent and brutal.
It's so good. She's so awesome. Glenda Jackson's
That
my
relates
girl.
all the way back to like the artist. She's talking about his like painting of a horse, and Ursula's really upset by how stiff it is, and then the artist gives that speech about how art has to be like brutal because life is brutal, and it's this very like male perspective. And then
nothing outside of the painting exists or matters.
yeah,
really.
and he's like, it needs to be like this way, and then Gudrun is like seems to understand what he's saying, and then it shows that scene and you're like, it is brutal. Like, he's fucking rough.
He's a rough boy. I loved when Glenda Jackson was getting hit on by that guy, like as she was walking through, and she's like, "How are your thighs? Are they strong? Because I want to drown in flesh." And the guy's like running into chickens, like hanging out. He's like, "What? Like, holy shit, this girl's crazy." And it's so good.
okay, so when Hermione was doing the Russian ballet thing, and
Yes.
then Rupert gets the pianist to like switch it over. And she's just like, "I fucking hate ragtime." She doesn't say "I fucking hate ragtime," but she clearly is not a fan.
She's not about
t-
before that even though, but like
Yeah,
before
to
the costume change. The costume change was so funny. Where the guy's just trickling the piano keys.
And then
Yeah, just forever.
And, right to the point where Rupert like spits up his drink because he starts laughing a little bit in the middle of it. Like I remember us starting to crack up when we saw him go,
Yeah,
because it
was
just
awesome.
kept going.
Dude, but then she just fucking bashes Rupert in the head with like a fucking chunk
Little
of
marble.
or some shit.
Yeah.
And but then he just like runs out into a field, strips naked, and like rolls in wheat.
Which is the
And
itchiest thing
that's-
I've ever seen.
Which he was
And
drinking
then that's
all
it.
day long. So like, imagine you just
Got a head injury and you've been
you live in
drinking the entire day.
1920 and someone hits you in the head with a marble and you're that guy, and
But then,
You'd be gushing blood.
but
yeah,
then-
I literally thought
I
he
don't
took
think
off
that's
his
ever
shirt.
really addressed afterwards.
He basically just doesn't see Hermione anymore. Like they're not hanging out at Hermione's mansion.
Yeah,
anymore.
I was like, when he's hanging out with Ursula, I'm like, so wait, like, is he gonna try to like hit on her now, or is he still connected to that other girl? like what's
And they get into a fight about it later on, and she's like, if you are still Hermione's, then go be with Hermione, but
Yeah.
you're definitely not with me.
She throws the ring down, and
He's
me and
like-
Chase are just like, Saruman.
It's like that perfectly sobering.
Frodo, I see you, one ring to rule them all, and the earth binds us.
Yeah, we had a little fun.
It's just there's a lot of up and down there too, because he's just like, okay, so yeah, I gotta go say goodbye to Hermione. That cool? Yeah, that's cool. Really? No, it's not cool. Never mind. Here's a flower. And then it's just like,
For sure. Well, like, Rupert is such a fucking nihilist. He's like, she's like, oh, I want to spend time with you. He's like, oh, do you? Like, he's just like, but he wants it. He explains that he wants love. He's like just a romantic nihilist who like decides when he wants to be either side of the coin. And you're just like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, he's like, I believe in love, but it means nothing, and nothing is meaningless. Everything is meaningless. But I love,
like,
I want love.
all these monologues and shit throughout the movie, they all seem like they're constantly in like that epiphany stage of just tripping balls. Just
Kind of.
like, just
Oh, for
like
sure. It's very
everything's a
theater-esque.
revelation.
So what's interesting that
Yeah.
you say that, Dan, is because Ken Russell is really famous for making the best trip movie that like existed for a long time with Altered States, like 11 years after this. And the rest of his movies after this are all like that. They're all just like on the cusp of like being on a psychedelic revelation at every moment. Which is funny because Monty Python seemingly references Ken Russell all the time, or they make fun of his movies all the time.
It's so Monty Python.
Yeah, we like literally found scripts where they had Ken Russell's garden party. It was one of their sketches, and there's like a script online for it. And like, so they're like referencing Ken Russell, like the Bring Out Your Dead and Castle Anthrax thing and Holy Grail comes from Ken Russell's The Devils, which came out 2 years after this, and it also stars Oliver Reed. And it's like
we
the
might have
whole
to
plot
watch
of the
that
movie is
shit.
the Castle Anthrax. It's a fucking great movie. It's crazy. And then this movie felt so much like a Python sketch. Like when he's crawling through the snow, it feels like you're about to watch the intro to a Monty Python episode. Where you're just
yeah,
about to
it's
hear
so
someone
good.
go, eats.
Also, the cops, like, there's so many little funny parts. The cops at the fucking party are the doormen. Like, they're just taking invitations as people are walking in.
Yeah.
I think that's so fucking hilarious. Like, there's like, all right, welcome to the party. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like, that would just be Graham Chapman and John Cleese.
Who are you? Give us your cash. Hey, welcome to the party. Hey, welcome to the party. So also I've told this story on the podcast before, but this guy directed Crimes of Passion, Dan. If you can remember our
Oh,
night.
Yes. Yeah. Barry.
Yeah, Barry
Oh,
Sandler.
Like,
Yeah. So this is the guy who made that movie
Sexy.
as well. Which
What about-
I've told that story before, where I was on acid and read that whole screenplay with Dan in an evening.
We just spoke on that last time.
How about that fucking horse? That guy in that horse fucking whipping the shit out of it, going towards that train. That was tense as shit. That was
what the fuck was that?
so crazy. What was that?
What the
what
fuck
was
was that?
What was that even for?
The brutality.
It
I
was
didn't understand.
The
nuts.
brutality of men.
It was so nice. Yeah, that totally makes sense. He was whipping it and like
Just,
just
like-
like I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if he was like trying to just make the horse commit suicide or like trying to kill himself and just a maniac. Like
It solves it's all of those things.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what he is. Like it perfectly establishes his character.
And the
As you
train
see
goes
later
by.
on, he tries to kill Gudrun by the end, murders himself, is a sexual sadist and a masochist.
I didn't even realize that was Gerald on the horse.
that was
That was
Gerald.
Gerald.
No,
It was all
I didn't
Marie.
realize that either.
Yeah.
That's what
He was
really
writing the
confused me.
minds.
I thought it was just some
What the
random person.
fuck?
Yeah, it's Gerald.
Yeah.
It
What
doesn't
the
seem
fuck?
like Gerald.
Yeah.
How does she get with? Yeah, no, that didn't seem like Gerald at that point. Like maybe after he fucking chokes Gudrun at the end and fucking goes like Jack Torrance through the snow. But
With snowshoes that are so funny. Oh my god, the snowshoes reveal is so fucking hilarious.
yeah, it's real slow.
She's like, dude, and you're like, oh my god. No, but I think that it's him later, but it was always him. That was the whole point of the scene. It's like, it's showing his like, it's always been there. He's just like, he's this brutal guy who just like closes himself off. Like his mother even says at some point, you love to be affected, don't you? You just love to be affected.
But his mother, but his mother was a fucking bitch. Like his fucking father, like his father's is dying, and she's like, "You're not letting it get you into a state, are you?" It being the death of his father. Like what the fuck? Like,
and she lets
like is laughing at.
When she lets those dogs out and it's just laughing.
Can't understand why I laugh at a funeral.
Yeah, she
I don't
sucked
remember all the-
very fucking much.
Yeah. And then he started thinking about her laughing at the funeral while fucking Gudrun.
Yeah, that sucks. He was majorly fucked up by his mother. Like his mother fucked his ass up.
Yeah, dude, he was real fucked. Yeah.
That sucks. What about those fucking random people drowning at the party? Like, and
that was his
sets,
sister.
That sets Gerald off too. That was Gerald's sister?
Yeah.
Okay,
why
I
he
did not
freaks
realize
out.
that either. But Gerald goes through some fucking pain and torment in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Gerald gets
People
it
are just
rough.
drowning,
And I
and
mean,
then the fucking guy drowns. Like, what happened?
Well, also, no, I was like,
She
okay,
killed
so
him.
it was, I guess, that she dragged him down. But I was like, is there a fucking lake monster? Like,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
the fuck? Like,
and they
and they were
I was like, is
drain
there
the
quick-
fucking lake.
like,
That's
what
an
the fuck is-
insane shot. When they drain
Yeah,
the
no,
lake and
that
they
was
show
nuts,
them,
too.
and
And
it
the way
flips
it
back.
it like dissolves from Rupert and Ursula's like sexual
Field
position.
sex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's the exact same. Yeah, it's like a match cut. Is the exact same. Like they're in the exact same
Yeah.
position.
That might be my favorite cut in the whole movie. Of just like them on
It's
in
awesome,
the drain,
yeah.
and then the cut.
It was cool, but it was just like so on. It was so like just sitting right on top of the nose.
I don't even care though.
I like
this
it.
movie
No, I like it a lot.
is so like weird.
Like
and,
they might as well have like looked up and winked at the camera.
I'm glad it's there though, man. Like what else? Like it wouldn't have been as like satisfying to see it, and you're like,
no, I know, no. I agree completely, but like at the same time, it's yeah.
I think that there's a
It's-
good way to be on the nose and a bad way to be on the nose, and that was
If-
like a decent way. To
If
be
you
on
live
the
in the
nose.
moment
Yeah.
of the cut, it's all gravy,
Saying
baby.
that
I'm saying
You
that,
live in
and
the cut
I honestly
with
mean
a,
it.
with a fig
Feel
burst,
that
with
cut,
a fig burst
dude.
and reveals her
Dude.
crimson.
You
right
know-
in the cut of the fig.
You know that Ken Russell was just like, I'm a fucking genius. The second he saw that cut like work,
I got.
you know he was just
I
like,
got a fucking poster in mind.
like, yeah, I know what I'm gonna do for the cover. Yeah, I mean, like
But those
you know it. Like
teabags-
I feel for that experience. That is a good feeling. That cut,
Horror sex.
horror sex.
What is the? Rupert has that line. Like, what? Someone asked him, like, what happened? She's like, she killed him. Like, didn't he like
Yeah.
say that? And it's like super intense.
Remember, she killed him.
And I was just
Yeah.
like, oh fuck. That was
Well,
crazy
I
too.
think he says it to Gerald. I think he says it kind of unprovoked to Gerald.
Who
Like,
says it to
they're
Gerald?
walking like after the funeral. Rupert.
Rupert says she killed him.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it says that to Gerald. Like after the funeral,
Mm-hmm.
I believe when they're walking,
Yeah.
or when they're walking to bury them, I guess.
Gerald has some crazy motherfucking conversations. He seems like one of those people who just went to a private college, you know, just chilled out way too hard. Got some crazy ideas in his head, laid in hammocks all day.
Talking about Rupert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went to New College.
Yeah, that's who
Saw the
Rupert is.
flaming lips way too many times and became a huge dick.
Rupert does have some wild ideas.
You can't have two kinds of love. Why should you? It seems as if I can't. Yet I wanted it. You can't have it because it's impossible. I don't believe that. Bum bum bum.
Exactly.
Scold.
Like,
She just looks up like,
but like
Skull.
the music right there, it was just such. It was another moment where it was just like this music is just like. It seems strange for this moment.
It was like
Totally.
it was like a soap opera.
yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
It was awesome. I loved how it ended, honestly.
It just like freezes on her face, just like scolding him.
Scolding.
But also the position Gerald was frozen in when he was on the bed. At first, I was like, "Is he dead?" Because like usually they're like laid on their back, just like flat out, you know, dead bodies. And he was like just kind of curled up on his side, like he looked comfy. He looked like he was in a comfy
He's
position.
like, I'm gonna lay like this on the couch.
Yeah.
Hey, I know I died in the snow this way, but Ken, seriously, I need to lay on my side and be comfy for this scene. I gotta be dead. I gotta be comfy.
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna be laying here. I'm gonna be laying here for 5 minutes.
I don't know why I'm doing an
pretty
Oliver
good.
Reed voice with a like almost Boston accent because he is like 100% just
Yep.
like Manchester British, but
Yeah, I went into it with you too. I don't know.
yeah, it's all right.
happens.
It's all
You
right.
just see a face and you're like, all right, let's go.
Let's do it.
But what about his father's death in general? Like that scene as well, where he looks away and his father coughs, and then he looks back and it's just
Yeah,
covered in
the
blood. That was awesome. That was pretty fucking nuts. And I just love ways that people do that in film. And nobody does things like that these days because you have to fucking see it.
You were never really here.
Oh yeah, I have not seen it yet.
It's incredible. Does that a shitload.
Yeah,
Does like it's so good.
a shitload. I don't need a shitload.
Like a
Okay, I'll watch
montage,
it.
like
I'm
a
just kidding.
montage of people covered in blood.
No. Just like
No,
those
like-
kinds of cuts where
Yeah,
like
just
it's like
interest-
the violence happens off screen, but when you see it, like when you see the cut of the aftermath of like the violence, which would be in this case the coughing up of the blood, you're like, oh fuck, that's crazy.
It's like Batman violence. It's ninja violence.
Like You Were Never Really Here has a great mix of like on-screen violence and implied violence with like a crazy aftermath shot,
Dude, the aftermath.
which is what that was.
That's the movie Aftermath.
This is the movie Aftermath,
Before calculus.
starring The Rock.
Dude, so you just took college algebra, and now you have to take Aftermath.
It's Aftermath, bro.
Oh, I fucking hate it.
What's Aftermath? It's everything after algebra. It's Aftermath.
It's Aftermath, dude. So Rupert and Gerald are like back on like marriage ideas so many times, and it's always one-sided because it's just Rupert being like, "I want you to marry me," and Gerald's just not speaking.
Give me your love.
grunting. He's like, "Will you be my BFF? Fuck me."
Let me grow used to the idea.
Yeah, might have to wrestle a little bit more.
Oh my god. Well, just when they were like, "Oh, let's you can't wrestle in a stuffed shirt. Let's strip down, do it proper." I just they cut away for a second, and they cut back, and they're completely nude.
Yeah.
And that was just not what I was expecting from let's strip down and do it. I was like, oh, okay, they're gonna just take their shirts off.
But think about it.
Take your shirt off.
Think about the clothing. It's exactly what I was thinking about, but I didn't expect them to be naked. But when they took off their jacket, they're like, let's take off our jackets. I was like, motherfucker, you're going to have to take off that vest, that shirt. You're going to have to take off that fucking button on your pants to fucking wrestle. Like you're wearing the tightest fucking British clothing right now.
It's like a
you
full
cannot wear
tux.
any of that. And then they're just naked. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, exactly.
This is what's happening now.
It's realistic.
It's how you have to.
It's how
to
Rupert
show people
makes
your
things.
Japanese moves. It's your
Rupert's
Japanese
like,
karate moves.
This is realistic. Wink, wink. I'm manipulative.
That could be like the song. If this movie was a song, it's just Rupert singing, I'm manipulative. I'm gonna get everything that I've ever wanted.
But like, it's weird how it shifts. Like, I don't know. It's a very strange story.
Yes.
How it plays out.
Yes.
Because I don't know. It's hard to talk about the plot. You can map it out for sure, like in between the characters, but
It's more
not-
about their
it's-
relationship.
It's more like the Big Chill kind of vibe where it's just just kidding.
the big chill.
Just going to the mountains, fucking smashing people over the head with huge ice, huge fucking pieces of snow, just chilling. And
It's that big chill.
I was gonna mention the Big Chill last week when we talked about Le Grand Buffet, because literally I was getting Big Chill vibes. I was like, oh man.
Chills?
I don't
all
think
these
I've ever
people
seen the
went
Big
to-
Chill.
You've never seen the Big Chill? Have you seen the Big Chill?
No, I have the soundtrack on vinyl. I've got two.
Okay, that's why
the
none of
soundtrack
you guys
one
are
and two.
laughing.
Yeah, I don't get the
Yeah,
jokes.
yeah, that's why we're not
You
laughing
gotta
at all, but
fucking
it's-
watch
it
The Big
sounds,
Chill.
It seems you're laughing a lot, so it seems like it's pretty funny.
The Big
Yeah.
Chill's great. And yeah, you just gotta know what type of movie it is.
Well,
I mean, I know it's got like I know the people that are in it, like that it's got a fucking billion goddamn stars in
Yeah.
it.
It's just like
who's in it?
like Jeff Goldblum.
Goldblum
And
and,
I don't even fucking know. I can't remember anyone else's
you say-
But
names.
a bunch of other people. Hello?
Did you say Bloomy? Because I said Bowie for a second.
It's got David
Jeff
motherfucking
Goldblum.
Bowie.
Goldblum?
No, it doesn't have
Jeff-
Bowie in it.
Jeff Goldblum.
But it's like a bunch of former, like, they like knew each other in college, former friends, and like getting all back together, like after I don't even know how many years. Not like too many, but just how their relationships have changed and stuff. It's a lot of like dialogue driven, just
talking-
people just hanging out. It's kind of like a high maintenance.
So it's like Wet Hot
vibe,
American Summer.
It's
It's like that. When
just
I-
like conversations
So
going on.
It's no Earth Girls Are Easy.
No, but it's pretty great, and also it's still funny to make fun of too. Just make jokes about.
High Maintenance is the show that we have not mentioned in a while.
Hey, and we probably don't need to mention it again.
Yeah, let's not talk about it.
Oh, when Gerald gets fucking schooled on love and becomes a big bitch, that's a fucking great scene. He's like, oh, how much do you love me? Like, motherfucker, what are you talking about? It's so good. Glenda Jackson gets his ass.
Are you
And,
talking about? You talking about?
Oh, just tell me
Gerald?
that you love me,
Gerald?
Gerald. Just tell me, even if it's not true. Just tell me.
Yeah,
Just tell me
like
that you
she
love
makes
me,
him
that you love me
feel
forever.
so small, and then like
Yeah.
comes up to and like starts hitting on him. It's like just like fuck me, and he's like, I'm ruined.
Why do you torture me, woman?
God damn it, it's so fucked. And then he gives her the old Gerald surprise, Harry Peen.
Harry Bean. Yeah.
Gerald
just-
the jackhammer.
He's just doing push-ups.
Gerald, oh, Gerald.
Jesus Christ.
Gerald, you're killing me. I'm dying, Gerald.
You're breaking me in two.
And then
Careful, my bones.
Gerald gets jealous.
I've got hollow bones.
They call me Mr. Glass.
That's how he gets at Gerald being very violent. Is he gets jealous of Glenda Jackson falling in love with that artist a little more so, you know.
But she doesn't fall in love with him.
I know, but she becomes very interested in him.
Yeah, because he's fun.
Yeah, she doesn't. That's the thing. She
But
doesn't
that
fall
guy-
in love with him, but she likes him a shitload more than she likes Gerald.
Gerald, yeah, because he's fucking got costumes.
No, I'm
and
not
they're
fucking in love with him, but he just doesn't suck.
But he started
Exactly.
off. He started off as a fucking creep, and also fucking talks about
Yeah.
beating that woman
Yeah.
until she stood
Yeah.
still. And he starts off with that slow clap at that party. Like that's the first time you see him.
Oh,
correct?
yeah. That's such a funny
my
scene.
god, it's hilarious. But yeah, you're like, this guy's going through a lot of changes in my mind. I don't know what to exactly
I don't know how to
think
feel about
him.
this guy.
It's like being a creep, then he's super fucking creep and just beats women.
And then he's a homo.
And then he's like, I have to do everything for my art. And then he's homo.
Well, no, he's not. But then he wasn't actually a homosexual.
Yeah, he was.
Was he?
100%. He was there
Was
with
he?
that other guy. He was there with the blonde guy. They walk in his room. The blonde guy's naked in the bed. It's like,
I mean, I think he fucks women too, though. I think that was. I thought he was just saying that like they were doing characters because she was doing a character when he said,
No,
I'm a homosexual." Like
he was revealing himself. He
Yeah.
was
okay.
confessing to her, and then she was like accepted it. And then they kept
Okay.
going. Yeah, but he's just 100% gay.
Guys, you can't use the term homosexual anymore.
Why?
It's
not.
not-
It's the
it's
literal
homosexual.
term.
You have to use gay.
It's a homosexual.
that's the word that he used in that scene.
Yeah, it's how he referred to himself.
You have to use gay and lesbian. I'm sorry, it's not 1969.
Apparently it's not 2017. Like
It's
homosexual is
2020.
fine. I'm not gonna go around going, the homosexuals have ruined this club,
Homosexual.
Michael. Like,
Why is it something negative about the homosexuals?
no, because you're
Yeah,
making it
why-
sound like it's
why can't
like,
you not-
that's all. I'm a heterosexual.
I was
I'm
literally
why
heteronormative.
can't I
They're
not say it?
I was
homonormative.
literally making a joke that you guys did not catch on to at all. I do not give a
Homosexual?
fuck about using the term homosexual. Good lord.
The homosexuals are fine with me, Michael.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Homosasso? Will Sasso.
He's gay.
He's a Canadian.
I just came out of the closet for him. Fuck me, Will Asso.
Will's asso.
Fuck me, my Will Asso.
No, I give it my Will's asso.
Fuck me, my Will Sasso. Oh, just ride my little Sasso.
Fucking Rupert died, and Gerald died, and Rupert was
Gerald.
like, he should have loved me.
Yeah, dude. Just. Oh my god, just one line. Just, he should have loved me.
Just like,
Should have loved me.
Jesus Christ.
I gave him my love.
You know, I wanted to fuck
All
him.
of my love. All of my love.
Ursula, I wanted to have sex with him.
Somebody to love. I kept on waiting for the perfect time.
Gerald.
I wanted Gerald to kill somebody. I wanted Gerald to kill somebody so I could just start singing Another One Bites the Dust.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust.
Anywhere you could have a man. And then he just like fucking goes into, I don't know, like I feel like Gerald would be so good in a Thriller video.
I think that you could sing that when Gerald dies in the snow. Just another one bites the dust. Boom, boom, boom. Another one
Do you,
bites the dust.
Chase, do you know the song?
I do. I can't get it in my head. I got these fucking headphones on. Cannot get the song
Oh my
in
god.
my fucking head.
Can you keep going though with what you think it is? Can you keep,
I know how it
Don't
goes.
say anything, Alan. Alan,
Fuck you both.
no.
Fuck
No,
you
no.
both. I can't get
Because
any
it,
goddamn
no, because it
tune.
took me a second.
Fuck you both.
That's staying in.
Boom, boom, boom. Another one bites.
I know.
No,
I can know the tune. I just couldn't get it in my head. I can't do it with these fucking headphones on.
Another one bites the dust.
Fuck you both.
I love you. I love you, Chase.
Fuck you both.
Georgia Banks, another one bites the dust.
Another one bites the dust. I was doing it to the tune of the All That Jazz song. That's what it was in my head, and I know the tune to. I think I'm gonna die was the tune I sang that to. All right.
Bye bye love. Bye bye happiness.
Another one bites the dust.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust.
Yeah. So that's what was happening.
That is exactly what he was doing. And
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we already went through two kinds of love in the entire end of the film, and that's women in love. That's women in love, and it was.
There's a lot more to this movie that we didn't get into.
Well,
The
there's
philosophical-
also a lot of things that are a little unexplainable if you're not gonna like just watch it, you know.
Well, yeah, you have to see the movie, but like you have to see the movie. You just have to see the movie, but we didn't get into.
That's debatable.
Yeah, depending on the person you are.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I had a good time watching
liked it.
I'm not
I
gonna
would watch it
rush
again.
back.
I would watch it again, not immediately, but one day. Like it's something I wouldn't just like write off as like I saw it. I don't need to see.
I'm gonna watch it with my 10-year-old son.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna teach my son about sex.
Hey,
with
watch
this
this
movie.
with
Sawyer turning 4 on Saturday. Maybe I'll show him.
There you go. Yeah,
rite
this is
of
gonna
passage.
blow his mind.
Kids are growing up earlier and earlier these days. You know, it's like Mike TV or Willy Wonka. It's just like they grow up so fast. You gotta teach them young.
He'll be out of the
There's
room
no
in
Kid
5
Russell
minutes.
film that's too mature for someone over the age of 3. That's the facts.
Yeah, if they can wield a gun, they can watch a Ken Russell movie.
Yeah.
We need to be teaching them
They're
gun
gun
safety and showing them Ken Russell films. Because that's how you have a healthy sexual appetite when you become an adult.
That's how you
grow up
become
on
an
Ken
incel.
Russell films. That's how you become an incel. Yeah. You grow up watching women in love. That's how you breed an incel.
I want to be like Rupert.
He's really cool. I liked his morals and values.
Sounds like me.
I can identify with that character. I don't love anybody.
Very cool, Jimmy. You're gonna be just fine.
I can't wait to murder women.
God, Rupert doesn't murder women.
He tries.
Does he try? What am I forgetting?
You know, Gerald tries.
Gerald
Gerald tries.
not Rupert. Rupert doesn't try
Yeah.
to kill anyone. He's just fucking. He doesn't care enough to kill somebody.
He just wants them double love.
He just wants to have
He wants
sex
all the love.
with his wife and with his best friend,
Yeah.
which is a guy.
What's so wrong with that?
What's so
Plenty
wrong
of
with
people
that?
have done it.
What's so wrong with that?
It's pre-World War One.
I mean, I think
what's wrong
I think
with it.
that's pretty 2000. That's pretty 2018. You know, that's a pretty 2018 thing to do now.
Yeah, and it came out in 1918. So
What, say
Or
homosexual?
The book came out in 1920.
Progressive.
Progressive. It's progressive. That's why I got banned.
Favorite film of Naira Kane and Delicello.
Healing the Divide.
All right, well, the movie's fucking over, and we talked about it. And
Well, that concludes our food and sex series.
that's food and sex. And
We have another episode that falls into this category that if you want to go back and listen to, if you're interested in the food and sex films.
Oh yeah,
The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover is a prime example of food and sex in movies.
And
Probably
all-
the best example that we didn't even do in this series.
Yeah, it's a very good one. And it almost ties into not so much sex, but like the romanticism and the food also ties into Phantom Thread as well. I drew a lot of parallels between, not a lot, but a little bit, parallels between Phantom Thread and the cook, the thief, his wife, and her lover.
Oh, that's a conversation I think we're going to have.
We had a little bit of it during that episode.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right.
I just mentioned it, but
That's
yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to have to re-listen to that conversation because I don't remember the Phantom Thread little bits. So,
the asparagus.
yeah, this is the proper way. Anyway, so that concludes our food and sex series. We've got a very fun series coming up for you next. I think you're really going to like it, and I'm not going to reveal it right now, but you will know about it soon.
And it won't be so gay. I'm just kidding.
Or sexual, just in general.
Yeah.
Homosexual.
Yeah,
Homosexual.
it won't be so
Alan.
gay.
Homosexual.
This movie was gay,
Homosexual.
Dan. It's fine.
Homo or heterosexual. The next series,
Homosexual.
we won't really be talking about sex in the way that we talked about it now.
Sock.
Gawk.
This movie is homosexual.
This movie
Dick.
was homosexual. This movie was also
Yes.
not homosexual.
And then it was heterosexual, and then it was homosexual, and
It was
then it was
many
murderous, and then it was choking.
It was multifaceted.
It's a multi-
It was multifaceted.
multifaceted.
It had 2 to 3 faucets.
Another
bearded,
couple
Things.
facets. Couple.
bearded people. That was an aspect.
Strong mustaches.
Beautiful people.
Yeah,
Strong mustaches.
Beautiful people.
Beautiful for sure.
I saw a guy at Publix the other day, a guy working at Publix who looked like he was in disguise because of his mustache. It was just a young kid with such a big fucking handlebar mustache that I was like, are you hiding? Like, are you hiding from someone right now? It was insane. I didn't say that to him because I'm a coward.
Yeah, it's okay. You're allowed to be a coward. You can just think those things.
Anyway, thanks for
Is that
listening
allowed?
to the podcast.
Is that legal? Is this podcast legal?
So happy you guys listen to this podcast every week. You're so devoted.
We love
Thank
all the
you.
devoted fans that have been downloading this and listening to us, even
Wow.
though you don't exist.
You're listening to Food and Sex every week.
Ugh.
See, that's bad podcasting.
Of course, we have to end the food and sex on burps. That's how it ends.
Burps and cum shots.
We burps and cum shots.
Everybody get ready. Merry Chex Mix.
I threw up on my dick.
Thanks for listening to the podcast, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.